Anthem TV, a free streaming digital community. With a click of a mouse or a tap on your phone, you have instant access to free TV shows, movies on demand, music, pay-per-view events, and so much more. Download Anthem TV on your smartphone, smart TV, or any streaming device and enjoy instant access. Subscribe and download Anthem TV today.
Driving in today. I was rolling in this day. I was driving in today, and in the car, my phone went off, notifications and text and stuff. For those that live around here, where we emanate from San Antonio, Texas, and those that have ever listened to a Spurs game on the radio, they know who the great Bill Schoening is, the longtime play-by-play voice of the Spurs. And before that, way back in the 90s, he was the football and basketball play-by-play voice of the Texas Longhorns for a number of years. That's right. That's where I discovered Bill.
What, UT?
Yeah. Well, I moved from Fort Worth to Sam Houston State in 1995.
But Schoening's a Philly guy.
He is.
Okay.
Yeah, but has been in Texas damn near his entire adult life because he got radio jobs. And one of his very first radio jobs of his career was at KSHU in Huntsville, Texas. He was the voice of the Bearcats of Sam Houston State in the 80s. And then in the 90s, he got the UT job. He called Ricky Williams' Heisman Trophy season.
Oh, that season.
He called some great Texas seasons. And in 98, 99, right when the Spurs started winning championships, I think actually another guy was there for the 99 championship, but Bill called 4 of the 5 titles, at least, if not 5. I think another guy did call the 99 one. Anyway, Bill takes the Spurs job, 2000, 2001, something like that. And the reason why I bring up the great Bill Schoening is because not only is he a friend of our show and a subscriber to what we do, but he has announced today that he is retiring as radio play-by-play man of the San Antonio Spurs. Wow. That's big news for me, man.
Before I get to Bill, pop uncertainty, coaching uncertainty. It's a weird time in Spurs land. Time for a new arena. But going to Bill, dude, always just a kind-hearted dude. Always showed me love. Always really, really nice to me. And then, everybody knows he's just probably, how many times has he won best play-by-play in the league? I don't know how many times.
Not enough.
He's just great at what he does. I can't believe this is it. It's crazy.
No mas.
So
a new radio man. And it makes you wonder, and I'm not kidding when I say this. This is not a shot at the Spurs. It makes you wonder if they're even going to replace him. Honestly, because you and I talk about this all the time, how the NBA caters to the fan that watches the highlights rather than the actual games.
They definitely cater to their digital crowd.
How many people actually listen to the Spurs in town? When's the last time you heard Bill do a game?
I think it's me. Oh man.
Yeah, a minute, right? And we're old school dudes.
Yeah.
I'm a radio.
No, only because I'm really never in the car like that.
And that's the only time. And it's hard to turn on, people, maybe there's some people that turn on Bill when they're watching the games on TV and they turn the sound down, although with the delay makes it hard to do that.
Oh, I'm lying. I'm lying. The last time was when Wemby went crazy in the Garden.
Okay. In the car?
Only because I was getting text like, man, Wemby's going crazy. So I turned on Bill.
Yeah.
That was probably the last time.
Other NBA teams over the years have gone away from their play-by-play guys. There's probably a handful of teams. I'm just throwing shit out now, but I think I'm right about this. There's a handful of teams, I believe, in the NBA, Rudy, that don't even travel a radio guy anymore. He just does home games. And you knew that the play-by-play man was turning into a dinosaur years ago when they started moving guys up on the top of the stadiums and arenas. That was dumb.
Which is insane.
Yeah, the Spurs moved Bill years ago up to the mid-section.
I remember that because I did a segment with
basketball halfway up the arena. I think in Boston.
He's probably watching it on the TV more than actually on the court.
Absolutely.
Right. Which is crazy.
Absolutely. What happened was during COVID, they quit letting guys travel, and Bill was doing Spurs games from WOAI radio station
on the TV.
And because he's so good,
he could do it anyway
and did a good job at it.
They're like, we don't have to pay for it.
Here's a way to cut corners and costs. Let's do that. Yeah. And I think in Boston, And Bill, it was funny. I'll never forget this. I was listening to Bill openly complain on News Radio 1200 WOAI during a game one night in Boston because the Celtics in those days, they moved the radio guys up to the very top of the arena. Like, at least the Spurs put Bill in the midsection of the arena.
Right.
In Boston, you're up at the top of you're above the last row, like row triple Z, seat 99.
That's awful.
Tucked in the top
That's
corner
not cool.
with the bats and the banners and trying to call basketball that way. And Bill bitched about it on the air. I thought it was great because it was so out of character for him to do that.
Yeah, I can see you loving that. I bet you
I
just
loved it.
you stayed there like when we quit bitching, you're like, okay, I'm out.
I think I texted Bill.
You did.
Fuck yeah. Fuck the fucking Celtics, you know. So anyway, so driving in this morning and I
Who
see,
tweeted that
I
out?
see on
McDonald?
Twitter. What's that? Yeah, Jeff
Jeff
McDonald.
McDonald
And then
tweeted
I
that.
just texted Bill, congratulations. And that's the truth. Congratulations to one of the better play-by-play radio man careers in the history of the state of Texas. If he's not in the Texas Broadcasters Hall of Fame,
Then
that's
that
horse
just then
crap.
burn the Hall of Fame down. If
Right.
Bill's not in it, burn the bitch down.
Yeah,
seriously.
Like,
I
Rage Against the
ain't just-
Machine,
like-
down Rodeo.
yeah, I make no money with Bill. I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, let me get a John Morant
Yeah.
shotgun.
Oh,
He needs to be in.
just,
This is now the John Morant.
Josh is going full F you. I don't want y'all to mess. We'll get to Josh. I don't want y'all to mess up Bill's segment. We'll get to his
Shout out
crazy.
to the girl. That's it. It's
Shout out to
incredible
Bill.
because I used to be a wannabe play-by-play man when I was a younger guy.
You thought that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, and I still the idea of doing it still is very appealing to me, calling games. But what happened in my career is I make it all about me, as you know.
Right.
Is-
You have to.
Yeah, and I did a bunch of college games and high school games in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And it did not take long for me to realize that if you want to do this like and be good at it and do a good job,
Mm-hmm.
it requires a ton of work. It is a very, very, very busy job if you're going to be great at it. And I realized, all right, this is very tasking. There's a lot to do here. The preparation is so intense to be good. And then, so I'm trying to call games, I'm calling games, I'm being a reporter here and there. And then I started getting talk shows like this and realized, wow, okay, wait, so this pays more money and it's not even half the work of the play-by-play guy?
And a little
Let
more,
me-
and
let
a
me
little
do
more
this.
fun.
Yeah, let me do this.
Yeah.
Let me do this talk thing. So there was a time where I wanted to be Bill Schoening. I wanted to be Brad Sham, these
Yeah.
these play-by-play guys on the radio. And badass to hear that he's retiring. I say badass because it's a great career. It's a Hall of Fame career in my book, and it's one of the better play-by-play man careers ever that comes to an end. And Rudy said it. What a hell of a year for the Spurs. It's hard to even measure what kind
It's
of weird
weird.
season this has been. Bill Land retired last year.
Oh,
They brought
damn,
the new
that's
kid
right.
in
I
to do
forgot about Bill
TV.
Land.
Have you seen the television this year much,
Don't do this.
Rudy? It ain't good. I'm sorry. Not
You
sorry.
gave,
Wait,
well,
sorry,
look,
not sorry.
you don't have to be sorry because all I
It's not
asked when
great.
you first brought it up,
Mhm.
I said give them till March.
Okay.
We're in April.
Mm-mm. Don't love it.
Okay.
Maybe I'll grow to love it. You know.
No, that's fine. You don't have
love
to
it.
be
I
sorry.
don't love it. Don't love it. Hell, maybe that kid will simulcast. Honestly, in the way that the world's going, this world we live in, it's like, do you really need a traveling radio play-by-play man when we can't even get young people like Jose Bouquet to watch the games? He watches highlight clips. If he ain't even watching these games, is he going to listen to them?
Eh,
We're not growing up
Yeah.
like we grew up. We're the last generation that grew up listening to games late at night.
I think the only sport surviving because it's a certain demo that like truly loves it that
Mhm.
way.
Yeah.
Is baseball play-by-play on the radio.
Yeah.
Only because there's a certain group of people that just love that.
More
Like, I-
traditional,
Huh?
It's the best.
Okay, so I don't even listen to football on play-by-play.
right?
So this isn't a basketball knock. This isn't a football knock. It's just like there's baseball over the radio. Even though for me, I can't do it. I will never do it. But I know there's millions that still do. Like they'll watch the game and have the radio on.
Right.
That's what I do.
That
You
happens
see,
a lot.
and he's
Yeah.
27.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
For
it's,
sure.
to me, it makes sense for baseball. Basketball, maybe not so much.
Yeah. If I had stayed in broadcasting, like play-by-play,
That would've been
I would have gone to
baseball,
baseball.
Yeah.
That's my best sport. I've done basketball and football. I've done a ton of it.
I've
I'm
done
not
color.
bad at
I've
it.
done color football,
Yeah.
but high school.
And I still maintain this. If the Spurs would make an agreement with you and me, and we agree not to cuss or talk
Dude,
about
I can't believe we
sex,
got branded with this. Like we're just these potty mouth buttholes that just can't control themselves.
well, we are.
We are. Okay, go ahead. If they made an agreement with us,
Right, but if they would, if I keep throwing this out there to the Spurs or hell, you know what, the Rockets or
Anybody.
the Mavericks even. Shit.
anybody.
Hey man, Rudy and I would be really good, like doing a Manning cast, like a second
Absolutely.
channel Manning cast, and we promise not to cuss or talk about tits and ass. We'd be good. I think we'd be really good. You and I together
That'd be
calling games would be the shit.
I love it.
Anyway,
I think that's a no-brainer.
shout
But
out to the great Bill Schoen.
that makes too much sense, Mike.
Great broadcaster, one of the best. For my money, Brad Sham for years has called the Cowboys. I think
Sham is a legend.
he's the gold standard in play-by-play. Bill Schoening's one of the best in the city. I'm biased. I love my buddy Craig Ackerman, who does the Rockets games on
You love him,
television. I
but-
love Craig. Craig's great. He's great.
Okay.
He's great. Just trying not to be. I mean, I would throw Craig in there, but I'm trying not to be. That's my high school. That's my college roommate, Craig
Yeah.
Ackerman. We went to school together. Blah blah blah. Craig's been doing Rockets games forever. He did radio for a while, and then been doing TV now for even longer than he did radio. Craig Way's really good. Longhorns voice now. I love Craig Way.
I
love
like
his
Craig
work.
Way.
The great Chuck Cooperstein, who does the Mavericks on radio. Chuck's really great. But man, there's just nothing like hearing Bill Schoening call an NBA Finals game with the San Antonio Spurs. Stuff that you will
Samanu
never
Trace.
hear it again.
What's your favorite? Mine's probably Manu. I think
That's Samanu Trace.
That's the best
man.
one, right?
And so with this news, I'm probably going to start listening to Bill now over the next
I
couple.
have to,
next
right?
couple of weeks.
I got to tap in with my
Absolutely.
guy the last couple.
Absolutely.
And if Bronny can get drafted by the Lakers, Carl Schoening can take over for his pop. And I mean that Carl's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, how
Carl's
about
great.
that?
If Bronny can get a Lakers gig
Yeah.
and no two-way deal and $7
Right.
million
Correct.
and playing time and
Right.
all this crap, Carl Schoening can
I
take over
agree.
for his pop.
So if the
So we're in the
Spurs-
building is how
an
do they-
endorsement.
we're endorsing Carl Schoening
I agree.
to replace his father.
Right. Assuming the Spurs aren't cheap bastards and don't decide just to simulcast their television broadcast on 1200 WOAI, which they very well might do to save the money and the
Pay
travel
nobody.
costs.
You got to pay nobody. Mike.
Assuming they hire somebody, yes, in the building would like to rubber stamp Carl Schoening, son of Bill. How great would that be? You give it to the kid. I love it.
I love
And he ain't even a kid, by the way.
No,
And he's
not
got
that.
more skins on the wall than Bronny James does, just saying. It
For
is
sure.
in the building at show number 299 from the Texas Cheer Studios at Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas. The audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet. You can like and comment. Please like and comment. I found out this week that the more likes you give, the more comments we get, the more we show up in the algorithm on YouTube and Spotify.
Gosh.
I love it.
I love it,
Like,
but I
like,
hate,
like,
I hate it.
like us, like us, like us.
Damn,
Click that
man.
like.
And
Click
the
that like.
algorithm. How
Hey,
much should you post?
we have
How
to
much should
manipulate
you
it.
post? Make sure you're creating great content. It's quality, not quantity.
That's right.
Make sure. Can I just get rich in the stock market and not so I can delete all this bullshit?
Or donate $10,000 a day on the super chat, and we don't have to worry about being in the algorithm.
Okay,
which,
so-
by the way, you can
Go ahead.
donate via the super chat
Yes.
and the Buy Me a Coffee link, which no doubt Pookie will put up on the chat here in a minute if he hasn't already. Subscribe for free to the Love You Hard TV YouTube channel and download the Anthem TV app, one of our great partners, for free. You can also listen to the audio version on the Believe Podcast Network and become a member and get all the exclusive in the building stuff for just $6 a month. There it is.
So we got money.
Yes, sir.
We got
Got
three
money.
of them.
Got money.
Lone Star Nano is giving us $1.99. Thank
What's up,
you.
Lone Star
We're gonna
Nano?
get to y'all soon. Go up to Brian, half Mexican whitener. $20, right?
Thank you, B. What's up, man?
What did
Thank you,
what did
all.
B say? He say anything? Great show, guys. Good morning.
money.
boys. Let's make it a
And
great
then
Here's your money.
Jose Buki, will you take over for the $100 donation we got at the end of yesterday's show?
Yeah, we got a $100 donation. Mike, you took a picture of it, right?
Well, I deleted it.
Okay, well, $100 from that guy.
Yeah, shout
He
out
knows
to
who he is. No,
Wow.
no. So I remember it was a guy that called himself Regular Loser.
Yes, regular loser. Thank you for the $100. He did it at 11.
Right at the like hit of the.
He did it at the
Yeah.
buzzer, so we
Right.
didn't get to give him his props. I wonder when that you could be $100. I'll bring it up every day. So shout out to regular loser
Yeah, from Atlanta, Georgia.
from Atlanta.
Yeah, and we have a buy me a coffee as well.
How good
Well,
It's my responsibility to shout them out.
it
So
is. It's
here's-
part of your job. Yes, sir.
So shout out to Rob Cerna. Rob Cerna bought us 3 coffees.
Thanks,
saying
Holmes.
hashtag in the building, hashtag love you hard.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. Keep the money coming in. I want this to be like when one dog starts barking, all the dogs in the neighborhood start barking. It takes one guy to tip us, and then that hopefully guilt trips the rest of our members and subscribers and likers to help us keep us employed in 2K24. What else before we get rolling? Good luck tonight to the UT Lady Longhorn
They're
women.
gonna need it.
Oh my
They're
God!
gonna need it.
I know.
Them fighting Don Staleys are some bad son of a guns.
My
I couldn't
heart's with the
say
Longhorn.
the B word. I almost said the B word.
Oh, you almost
I almost
called them some bad bitches. They are.
She would have fit.
Nina calls herself a bitch all the time. She does. Mark the time. It could be. It's not a record, but 10:16. Rudy gets silenced by me. It's my goal every day is to make Rudy take pause once a day.
But hey,
They are some badasses.
if the Lady Horns,
Baddies.
if the Lady Horns could pull off this upset today, it'd be big.
Dude.
But I know they're gonna need. That's why we're wishing them luck,
Correct.
and we sending their prayers and
All
all
the
that
luck in the
stuff.
world.
Because
Yeah.
the fighting Don Staleys are some bad son of a gun.
All right. So look, my heart's with Texas, but if I'm gonna bet some money, the Lady Cox or whatever they call
Come
themselves.
on, Mike.
Well, that's her name.
Come on, Mike.
What do they call them?
The Gamecocks.
hens? The hens?
The Lady Cox.
Yeah,
I like that.
they're called the Cox. That's the name of the damn
There may be a
mascot.
few straps in there.
The name of the mascot. They're the Gamecocks, and they go by
You see,
Cox for
I'm,
short.
I'm trying to show UT love, and this turns into bitches and cocks, Mike.
Lady Cox are some bad bitches. And the Longhorns have their work cut out for them big time today. Although I don't think the winner of this wins the Natty. The UCLA and UConn are the best 2 teams this year.
So you think that? Wait, whoa. So you feel like the winner of the UConn UCLA game beats South Carolina or UT?
Yes, UConn
Really?
UCLA is early 90s Cowboys 49ers. The Longhorn South Carolina game, that's the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins. That's the old AFC championship in the 90s. UConn's awesome. UCLA might be just a tick awesomer. South Kakalaki's got all the experience with Don Staley
And all the McDonald's All-Americans.
and all the greatness they've got. In Texas fought their ass off under the great Vic Schaefer, who
I am highly
It
impressed.
didn't
You know
take
the
him
name
long.
of the coach
didn't take him
of the
long.
Lady Horns because I know how much you despise.
He's a longtime SEC guy.
Okay.
And he was at Mississippi State, I believe. He was at Mississippi State when Dak was at Mississippi State coaching basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And now Vic is the Longhorns went out money with Vic a few years ago, and within 3 years, boom, Final Four. So shout out to the Lady Longhorns.
Hook them.
Hook 'em.
Y'all gonna need it.
Hook 'em. They are going to need it. All right, let's get into what we're going to do today. There's a lot of sports snorts to go through. I thought we'd do a little sports snorts.
Is that what we're gonna call it?
There's a lot of little. I'm up for a better recommendation. I'm going to go with sports snorts here, and then we'll get
Sports
into.
noise. We need a little music.
Yeah,
Jose.
because-
No music.
No,
music.
I think bed music's fine. You don't
We
know.
gotta work some things out with the music.
All right. This is
Because there are, well, from what I'm, all feedback is the feedback.
Right.
It doesn't sound too good. We got to work some things out.
well, but I like
I like it for us.
this is the quick kick.
Okay.
This is the quick
Sports
headline.
Snort.
It's a headline segment, which is why I think the appropriate bed music would be good. All right. So last night in the sports world,
What happened?
things that I noticed, the
Okay.
things that I would report on. If
I got a
were
couple things
reporter.
burning, so let's burn.
Luka Doncic stinks up the gym.
He's a little bitch. I'm back to hating him with all. He is such a little bitch. He's such a
You were
bitch.
gonna buy his jersey last
Dude, he's such a bitch. All he does is bitch. Like, bro, you don't even play defense.
That didn't take long.
You don't even play defense. Why are you bitching about? Yes, you foul. You don't move your feet. You don't move your feet at all, and then you bitching when you get called for fouls. I hate Luka again.
Luka stinks in his first game against the Warriors. and they almost come back from down big. This thing is still on LeBron James. The Lakers are
You
going to
putting
go
this on Bronny? Oh my God, Mike is gonna criticize LeBron.
No, it's on. No. I'm not blaming him.
Oh,
I'm saying
okay.
if, however far they go is up to him.
I have a different take on that.
He's still the best damn player in the league.
I have
Outside of the obvious two best players in the league, Nikola Jokic and Giannis
and Shai Gilgeous. Hey,
LeBron's better than him.
you know what I think LeBron should do?
Mm.
When he got to Miami, 2011, and the Mavericks with a bunch of spares and Dirk beat them.
Mm-hmm.
D Wade went to him and went to Spo and said, "I will go Robin. This isn't going to work with us both being Batman. This doesn't work. I'll let you do you, and I'll fill in." At this point in his career, at 40, and we've seen what Luka can do, taking a team to the championship last year. I honestly feel like LeBron should go to Luka and say, "You're one," because Luka is the type of guy that he has to be the man for him to do what he does and also make everybody else around him better. He can't be Batman and Batman. Like I saw it last night when LeBron was going off. Luka kind of he's not quitting. I'm not like I don't like the guy. I'm not saying he's quitting, but it's no man's land for him when somebody else is cooking and he's just kind of like in the corner. Like whatever team Luka is on, Luka has to be the end all be all, and then I'll get my 15 assists and I'll work y'all in. And I feel like even though LeBron is still great, he's still great, still one of the best players in the league. If the Lakers are going to win a title with these two guys, Luka's got to be Batman and just let him. And LeBron, because of what 6'9", 260,
Good luck.
He can take over at any time he wants. He can just let Luka be Batman.
Mm-hmm.
The same way D Wade did for you, and that's why they went to 4 straight finals and won 2 of them. Because somebody has to say, okay, and AD did that for Bron, and that's why they won in the bubble 2020. AD was like, hey, I'll just get in where I fit in. And I feel like that's what they need to do right now. Now, I don't know if LeBron's willing to do that. He can say it, but it has to actually go across on court. He has to actually translate. So if the Lakers are going to win the title, Bron has to go Robin. And I don't know if he's even capable of doing that because he's been alpha since 2003.
Elsewhere in the NBA, speaking of being the man, the unquestioned man in Memphis is Ja Morant. Did it again last night. After being warned by the NBA to stop doing it, Ja Morant did the shotgun bit again last night against the Heat and shot up their bench with his arms like a little boy
after being warned.
Yeah, after being warned. Hits the game-winning shot to win the game for Memphis over the Heat. But earlier in the game, all anybody wanted to talk about was him doing the shotgun.
And he said, they've already made me the villain. I don't give a damn. So I expect a $50,000 to $100,000 fine.
All right. Officials in Costa Rica have ruled the death of Brett Gardner's son, carbon monoxide poisoning. We talked about this the other day. Brett Gardner, the longtime New York Yankees in Costa Rica with his family, they thought it might have been food poisoning. They thought maybe he'd been slipped some drugs. 14-year-old son, they wake up and he's dead in the hotel room. They say now that they believe it was carbon monoxide poisoning. And officials in Costa Rica say they believe so because right next to their room on the other side of the wall was like the big machine room that like ran the hotel.
Was he in a room alone?
Going? I think so.
He was like the parent. Rich people, the parents get their own room and they get the kids' own room.
Yeah, the kid had his own room and he died. I think it was carbon monoxide poisoning, accidental.
You never recover from that as parents.
No,
you never recover. You're
not
supposed to bury
no
your kids.
words to say, man.
Sucks.
Speaking of college hoops, the Aggies are in the news this week. They lose Buzz Williams, their coach. Buzz takes the Maryland job, and now the Aggies have no coach. They apparently tried to go get Chris Beard, who we talked about a lot last week.
He was like,
and Chris Beard thought about it and then turned it down and released a statement yesterday saying, I'm staying at Ole Miss, not going to Aggie land. That would have been a hell of a coup had the Aggies go get the former UT coach Chris Beard, who got kicked out of UT for reasons you and I disagreed with.
Yeah, and it's funny. The Maryland coach leaves for the Villanova job.
Yeah.
So then the A&M coach leaves for the Maryland job. Wait, coaches, what are y'all doing? Be committed.
Where's the loyalty?
Where's the loyalty? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Coaches have had the portal for
Coach,
50 years.
you're in these kids' faces 2 days ago. Hey
Wow.
man, we love you. You got to be here. Hey, sometimes things don't work out. Life, everything doesn't always go your way. Hey, coach, Maryland's on the phone. Hold that thought, fellas. You know what, guys? If you want to come to Maryland, it's a great city. Like, these coaches are such hypocrites. They cry all year long about the portal until their money gets bigger and another job's offered. Then it's like, oh, okay, I'm out. F you,
The
coaches.
Maryland job's a damn good job.
It is a great job. It's a great job.
And finally,
What else?
the 49ers are in the news. Their owner, their liberal communist heathen owner, Jed York, says, sorry, fans. Yes, we've lost 17 guys this year to free agency or trade, but it sounds like Jerry Jones. We're making room for Brock Purdy's contract. So they get ready to become the Cowboys if they don't be careful in San Francisco.
They do know Brock Purdy's only good because of those 17 guys that are gone.
Well, 17
Brock
gone.
Purdy is not good.
And I love how they blame Brock Purdy.
He's not good. He's not. Debo is gone. Ayuk's coming off injury.
Now,
McCaffrey can't stay healthy.
now,
Brock Purdy sucks. I hate that we've been pushed. This narrative's been pushed on us that Brock Purdy is Tom Brady. No, he's in a great situation with a great team. Good luck with that. Cheers. I hate the 49ers.
I don't. I respect the shit out of
I
the
hate
49ers. They have a great general manager. They have an excellent head coach, a great coaching staff. They do things the right way, but they're in danger of becoming Dallas. Going to get stuck with a quarterback who's second tier at best, giving him $50 million a year and can't get nobody else under contract. I think their window may be shut. They're going to have Brock Purdy, Joey Bosa, and nobody else. Or is it Nick? I get the Bosa brothers mixed up.
Nick.
There's just
Joey signed. I forgot where Joey signed. The Bills.
Yeah,
Joey's a
it is
Bill.
the Bills.
Yeah.
All right. Sports North brought to you by Ribaldo Real Estate Man, the official real estate man. I've in the building as Jay Ribaldo. If you need a house, if you're looking to get into the housing market in this town, anywhere in the region, by the way, not just in San Antonio, but in the region, in the state, Jay Ribaldo's our guy. We had a good lunch with Jay yesterday. Do you want to show the video of the drink we had with him?
Cortadito?
What was it called? I wrote this down. Cara Heels.
Cara Heels. Yeah, Cara Heels.
All right, show the video, host. Roll that tape.
Secret to knowing when you got enough fire.
So
You just know because you've done so many.
Yeah, I've done quite a bit. But what it does is it caramelizes the sides of the glass. So
Oh.
what you're doing is you're kind of looking for the change of the glass, the liqueur. And what it does is it literally caramelizes and brings all the vanilla notes out, so it really starts to taste a little bit sweeter.
Glass.
Like a soda. That's awesome. Interesting.
This is
You see how it's changing on the side?
Yes.
That's the time to pour it. You don't want it to be too long.
And liquor 40 proof. Look at that flame. Look at that flame. That's good camera work. Jose, is that great camera work?
Comes out the blue flame into the glass. And then she puts ice on it, though, and it makes it cold.
And they serve this drink at a lot of places, but particularly here, according to this waitress, the liqueur 43 kind of settles your stomach. You've eaten a lot. And according to Jay Ribaldo, he likes it because of the espresso in it, because you got the itis after you've eaten all that damn protein.
Okay.
And he says that coffee wakes him back up so he can get back out there in the real estate world.
I went home, went to sleep.
I didn't go home.
It knocked me out. It was probably the meat, though, we had.
No, that's all that meat, bro. You get the itis.
Dude, we were at Kamagaucha yesterday.
Shout out to
Thank you to Jay for taking us out to lunch to show appreciation. He had yet another call this past week from one of our people.
Yep.
This stuff works, Rudy. This stuff works. If you need
Just
a real
saying.
estate man, Jay's our guy. 210-887-1081. You can email Jay directly. He might take you out to lunch, too, if you buy a big house from him. His email is jribaldo@kw.com. You can see all of his listings at ribaldo.com.
Finna go.
Ribaldo.com.
She was a nice waitress. Nothing to show. You dudes are so childish. Show the chick. She wasn't like, she was very nice.
What is he, 21 years old?
She was nice. And it wasn't like she was a baddie. She was a really nice waitress that probably got a really good tip from Jay.
Shout out to Jennifer, the waitress.
Is that her name?
Yeah,
Okay.
Kamagaucha. All right. Shout out to
Sound like Jose.
Shout out to Slackers. The
What up,
official
Slackers?
Sports bar. All right. So me and Rudy will be at the Final Four tomorrow. However, if you don't have a ticket and you don't want to watch this thing at home, I can really scarcely think of a better place to watch the Final Four this weekend than any of the Area 5 in the building locations, including the one nearest downtown up on St. Mary's, nearest to the Alamo Dome, and the other 4. You got the Med Center location. You got 281 at Thousand Oaks. You got Slackadocious on Nacogdoches Road, and you got the one by North Star Mall on Rector, the official sports bar of our show. To watch the Final Four or the National Championship this Monday, any of the 5 Slackers bars in and around San Antonio, Texas, the Med Center location continues to have the local band scene. Every Friday night, they got local bands that play from this area
Can't see
at
tonight.
Slackers, and tonight is no exception. What is it tonight, Jose? I
Can
can't
you
see. My
who's
old
tonight?
man eyes don't
Today
let me
is
see.
April 4th.
Yes, sir. Who's playing?
Today is April 4th, so it's Charlie Bravo.
Okay, long-time local band.
Oh, you
And
know of Charlie
big
Bravo.
time
That's
subscribers
a band,
and
not a
members.
person?
No, that's a band.
Big time what?
They're veterans.
Oh,
That's
gotcha.
why they're called themselves Charlie
Oh,
Bravo.
makes sense.
Yeah, long-time band, been playing music in San Antonio, in and around Texas for years. Long-time friends of ours at the Ticket, long-time listeners of mine on radio, and now they followed us on YouTube, and it's cool to see them playing bands, playing up, getting local gigs here at one of
That's awesome.
one of our partners. It is Slackers. All right, it is in the building. Jump in here with a tip if you want to. People in the chat, you can jump in here and donate via the super chat. You can donate via the Buy Me a Coffee link as well. Thank you for watching us on the Anthem TV app too, or listening on the Believe channel. And you can also watch us every day on Facebook and on Twitter. We stream live on both social media platforms each and every day. All right. What else today? I think we should do some punches
You want to punch somebody?
because I think once we get into what we're about to get into here in a little bit, it might take the show over. I'm kind of like I'm pushing the lead to later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's get violent first. It is in the building on Love You Hard TV. It's time for punch on In the Building. All right,
You go first.
I will go first. Today, for people I want to punch President Trump.
Turn it down a bit, Jose. Just a bit.
You know,
Please.
it's funny that it's loud to you because I can barely hear it to me.
It's loud.
We got to get the audio levels in here fixed. We
Yeah.
will. This is a brand new studio, and we're breaking it in. All right, I'm punching President Trump today.
Damn. Are we allowed to punch presidents?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's Death Watch.
That was for celebrity death. We were not allowed to draft presidents for death watch back when we did that. No, for punches, they're fair game. All right, I want to punch President Trump
okay.
because the United States government has now banned all American government personnel who work in China from having sex with Chinese citizens
Wow.
or even having a date with one. I'm not kidding.
Is this a serious thing?
For real. U.S. government employees that are working in China have been banned from forming relationships with Chinese people, which I find to be deplorable. How you going to tell somebody you can't, a grown-ass person, you can't date a Chinese
That
citizen
feels-
because
that
we don't like
feels-
China?
Don't that feel
It's
dictatorish?
fucking racist is what it is.
Oh.
It's nationalist for sure. All right. The Associated Press.
I can't believe this is a real thing, dude.
I'm not kidding. This is the AP. Though some U.S. agencies already had strict rules on such relationships, a blanket non-fraternization policy, as it has known, has been unheard of in public since the Cold War. It's a new edict laid down by the Trump government. It is not uncommon for American diplomats in other countries to date locals, and sometimes they've even married them. Well, yeah, because if you go live in China,
You might meet
you
somebody
might
from
run
China.
into a Chinese citizen. I mean, why do you think there's so many half Mexican people in San Antonio? Because military guys come down here and meet a hot ass Latina and they stay and they make babies. If it weren't for mixing the cultures, hell, you think the United States soccer team sucks ass now?
Yeah, they do.
If it weren't for the mixing of the races by GIs overseas, making fun babies overseas in Germany and England and Sweden, half our soccer guys wouldn't even be on the team. How you going to tell a grown ass man in a free society
Or woman.
you
whatever.
can't date Chinese people because we don't like China? Tell me
Well,
that ain't fucking
you-
racist.
You can date them, you just can't sleep with them.
No, it can't date.
Oh, not even date. I thought
Rudy,
it just sex.
No sex, no dating, nothing.
Yeah, that's some racist.
I mean, if you're
bullshit.
going to date somebody as a grown person,
mean,
you're going
I
to have
know-
sex.
We're not friends with China right now, but that's
But
still not
the
right.
American government's not friends with. I ain't got shit to do with me.
Preach, give me some.
I ain't got shit to do with
Give me
me.
some on that.
And I'm no fan of the Chinese government either, by the way. Fuck them too.
Yeah.
I ain't LeBron James. Oh, sorry, I need to get more information. I didn't mean to criticize China. Oh crap, I pissed off. Fuck China. Fuck them. They're a bunch of dictators. They got concentration camps. The Uyghur people of China are literally held in one area against their will,
Right.
for Pete's sake. We're not supposed to do that kind of shit. You gonna tell Americans you can't go out with a Chinese citizen?
No, that ain't right.
That's bullshit.
That ain't
So
right.
punch Donald Trump. It's his government. That's his law, and that's bullshit. Who you punch?
So it is a well-known fact that unless you have on like a certain weightlifting shoe, it is better for your back and everything else if you squat or deadlift with your shoes off. Like that's a fact. It's better just to have a good flat-footed base. That is a fact. It is a fact. But if you work out at a chain gym, LA Fitness, Gold's Gym, Planet Fitness, do not take your shoes off to squat or deadlift. If you're at a private gym like Heavy Metal Fitness or something like that, and everybody's family and everybody cleans up after each other and everybody's all cool with it, that's a whole other thing. But if you're at Gold's Gym, Lifetime, Planet Fitness, do not take your shoes off at the gym to squat or deadlift. We don't think you're cool. We don't care. And there's a 1,000 of us that come through there every day. You cannot take your shoes off at the gym. It is an ass whip. And you just want everybody to look at you like, hey, look, I'm doing it properly. You're not. First of all, you're not even in shape. Okay. Second of all, we don't think you're cool. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. If you are at a chain gym, keep your fucking shoes on, sir. And it's
You're
all
worked up today.
I
I
am
like it. Yeah. You yelled a lot.
keep your goddamn shoes on, bro. Again, it's always the douchebag that wants everybody to look at him. The guy that's over singing.
Yeah.
Fight through that asshole. Don't stare at him because then we got to put up with more of his bullshit shenanigans. Chain gyms, keep your shoes on, please. Punch that asshole.
All
He
right.
pissed me off this morning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're all hot under the collar today, both of us.
Oh, my bad.
I
It's
just don't
Friday. I should
like-
be in what Final Four? I should be in a better mood.
I don't want to live in an America where I'm told that I can't date certain people because
No,
I
that's not
work for
cool.
the
That's not
government.
cool.
That's racist.
That's not cool at
He
all.
may not be trying to be racist. He may just be being a dick to China.
Obviously.
But it's you can't use racism because you're mad at somebody. It comes off as that's not what this country is supposed to be about. This is supposed to be we're supposed to be a free will society. That's insane. And look, there's already this weird malaise that we have with China, the governments. And as an American citizen, as a citizen with no dog in the fight, I'm not kidding. I mean, I'm an American.
Right. Yeah, I know.
I don't want to go to war with China, man.
No, I don't want to go to war with them. I don't want to go to war. Period. I don't want
No.
to. I don't want to go to war. Period.
So shit like this ticky tack, just needle, just to be an asshole. That's the kind of stuff that leads to war.
Yes.
That's bullshit.
Yes.
That scares me. I ain't trying to go to war with China. I don't want that. I don't want to go to war with Russia neither. By the way, And by the way, let me say this, and this will come off as very anti-American. I don't give a shit. I live in thank God I live in America where I can freely criticize my own government when I decide I want to, just like I criticize my own children. I think having other superpowers is good for us. It keeps us in check.
What, as friends?
No.
You just mean having other people that are powerful.
Yes.
It keeps you on. It keeps us on point.
Correct.
Got you.
While we are the world's #1 superpower still at this point, it's good to have a China and a Russia on occasion check us a little bit. It keeps us on our toes, and it should keep us honest. But you start passing policy where if you work for the embassy and Beijing or wherever, you can't date a local. That's insane to me. That seems immoral.
So what happens? They got somebody watching?
They fire you. Yeah. They if you get busted dating a Chinese citizen, you're going to lose your career. That's unbelievable. I had to make sure it was accurate. The AP has it's an Associated Press story. It's true. It's unbelievable. It's crazy. All right. Orlando Kill. The work he does in court can be unbelievable too. He's a machine. He's the man. I have seen Orlando in action because he's represented me. And he's this wolf in sheep's clothing, Rudy, which is good.
Once he gets in that courtroom, he turns into a dog.
And I've compared him to Walter White. He's friendly Walt, science teacher. And all of a sudden, he walks into the courtroom and he turns into Heisenberg.
I love it.
Walter White, Orlando Kill, same guy when it comes to defending you in court. If you need a family lawyer, Orlando Kill's our guy. Hit him up on email directly. It's orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. His number is 210-775-4995. Orlando Kill Law. All right. Yesterday we got to talking.
What, on the Tejano show, right?
on the radio show,
K Alamo,
and we were talking about Duke and Houston, Auburn, and Florida, and got to talking about Cooper Flagg, and we always joke about white boys at Duke and all this kind of thing. And I was reminded again that I'm only allowed to champion one white basketball player a year.
One white person a segment.
Because I really love Con Knuppel.
Yeah, we'll talk about him next year.
Okay, but
What if I told you his name was
but he's going to be in the draft this year, Rudy.
Huh?
Is it Knuppel?
Knuppel.
Who cares?
He's
You
gonna-
better be happy somebody's
Rudy.
even trying to talk about him. What's up?
Rudy, that fucking kid's a
No,
first
he's
round
great.
pick.
He's great. I'm
I'll only get one white guy. Fine.
I'm kidding.
So I'll settle for Cooper. But Rudy shocked me last night. Not so, because Rudy likes Cooper Flagg too.
I love him.
And we were trying to find comparisons for him. That's what we do. For all these we never let these kids just be them. We always have to compare the great kids that come out. We
That
always have
drives
to
me
do.
crazy.
I know, but we do it too.
We do it too. Yeah. for sure.
So we've Rudy compared him to Carmelo Anthony, which I think is a very astute comparison. Some folks have compared him to Scottie Pippen. Maybe
You said one other one last night.
well, if you want to, in terms of a guy currently playing Jason Tatum.
Oh yes, I
comes
like
to
that.
mind.
I like that comparison.
Yeah,
actually,
I
a
do
lot.
too. And Rudy took this thing even further and suggested last night on the radio show that not only does Rudy like Cooper Flagg, if Rudy were the Spurs, he would offer Victor Wembanyama
Mhm.
to the team that gets the first pick in the draft this year.
Absolutely.
That's what the man said with
Absolutely.
a straight face. It's been a whole day and night.
Mhm.
I'm going to give you the chance to repeat that, or have you thought about it further and changed your mind?
No, I doubling down actually.
Okay.
First of all, let me preface this. It'll never happen. It will never happen. Okay. This is if I'm the GM of the San Antonio Spurs, because when you got a guy like a Cooper Flagg, there's only like 4 or 5 dudes in the league that you can even consider trading him for.
Mm-hmm.
Victor is one of those guys. And when I think about all the things that Cooper Flagg brings to the table, 6'10", 6'11", whatever he is, can do it all, can shoot the three, gets to the bucket, post up, he does it all. And he's probably the best defender left in the tournament right now as well. And it's not because of potential. It's not because of upside. That's not the case. Victor's upside is bigger than anybody's we've ever seen. Like I'm not, that's not why I'm doing it. I'm saying it because I don't know if I don't know how much I'm going to have him. I don't know how long he's going to be around. I don't know if he's going to be able to be healthy. So again, this is just me. This is just my opinion. This is not Mike's opinion. This isn't Jose's opinion. And the Spurs would never do it. But I would go full Nico Harrison, and I would, hey, Washington, can we talk off the record? Because if I'm Brian Wright, I'm like, hey, can we talk off the record? Sure. Go ahead, Brian, off the record.
Mm-hmm.
You have any interest in Victor Wembanyama, considering you're about to draft Cooper Flagg.
Wow.
And I'm going to make more money.
I love Cooper Flagg.
I'm going to make way more money. He'll be the first white-born American star that the NBA has had. White American-born since Bird, right? Did we leave? What did we say? Somebody else? Since Bird.
Yeah.
Since Bird.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's the real deal, especially if he wins this whole thing. And again, this isn't about Victor's talent. This ain't about talent. This is about, damn, is he going to be healthy? And am I going to have Victor for 20 years? Or is Victor going to want to go play with the Knicks at some time? Or is he going to want to go play with the Lakers? He's from Paris. He got the other things he wants to do. I would just strongly consider it because of all the things I said. And I think Cooper, Castle, Fox, we cooking with oil. I know, and I'm not saying that they're not with Wemby. And this isn't a knock on Wemby's game. This isn't about his game. It's just like, damn, the air up there at 7'5" is different. It is tough to keep somebody 7'5" healthy. It is a task beyond belief for the Spurs, which is why when he first got here, there was a little weird back and forth, like where the Spurs were like, hey, we're going to let his crew do it. They have a plan for his body. We're going to step aside and let him work with the people, which is smart by the Spurs, by the way. You got to cater to these young fellas sometimes. But if it wasn't such a difficult task, he wouldn't have been preparing his body since he was 13 years old. They've been working on his body to prevent him from injury since he was 13, 14 years old. And if I got to do all of that, and I got a generational talent like Cooper Flagg on the market, which I don't even think the team would do it. Whoever gets him, I don't think they would do it. Even if I called them and I was, hey, man, I'm offering Victor for Cooper. What you think? I don't know if they would even do it because Cooper brings a lot to the table.
If I'm Charlotte and you call me from San Antonio and offer me Wemby for the number 1 pick, I absolutely do that. I do.
You would do what?
I would take Wemby and let you take Cooper Flagg. Let me tell you. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
I don't agree with Rudy, but boy, I don't disagree with you a whole lot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I can be talked into this, and I brought this up last night on the radio show. There's a plug for the radio show Thursday nights at 6 on KLMO. I've been to 4 Spurs games since they drafted Victor.
And how many times you seen Vic?
Once. He's missed 3 of the 4 games I've been. Now, once they were resting him on the second night of a back-to-back his rookie season. Okay, we can throw that out. That's not Vic's fault. The team made him sit out. So we'll throw that out. So that's 3 other games I've been to, and he's missed 2 of them. 1 because he got a tweaked ankle, and 1 because he got the blood clot. And in his first 2 seasons in the league, the first year of the whole worry was, can he hold up for 82? And the answer was yes. He had a couple of dings, but a lot of the games he missed were because they were just getting him used to being in the NBA, and they said he was a healthy scratch a lot. This season, though, he's had some legendary games, if you remember the first half of the season. Doing shit every night.
The game was insane.
Every night it was something new no one else has ever done. But, boy, he has been dinged a lot. And the blood clot was a freak deal, but it still happened.
Right.
So here's what I will say with regards to your argument. Wembanyama, if he can stay healthy, is going to be probably one of the best 30 guys who've ever played the game.
I think so. But I don't think that's
but
that's not up for debate.
There's a health risk. Cooper Flagg, I don't think is going to be one of the 30th greatest players of all time. But you know what? I don't think he's going to be top 30 of all time. You can't say that now. He has a great skill set. I mean, shit, he could be Scottie Pippen. Right. But the thing with Cooper Flagg is he's a big tough bull of a guy.
Back from a high ankle sprain in 2 weeks.
You are not going to have to worry about him being healthy. Like the Spurs are always going to have to worry about Wemby.
Walking down the stairs.
Because of his body.
Hey, take the elevator. There's a couple things, Mike. A couple more things. I'll say this. Last summer, they called Cooper and a bunch of other college kids. And keep in mind, he hadn't even stepped on the floor for Duke yet. Team USA calls a bunch of college kids to come scrimmage against Team USA. And the best players in the world couldn't do nothing with him. Couldn't do anything with him. Second point, Wilt changed the game because he took advantage of his strength, which was his size. Shaq was the most dominant thing we've ever seen because he took advantage of his size. Wemby wants nothing to do with the post, and he's 7'5". He wants nothing to do with the post. So are we even getting the full benefits of this 7'5" person when he wants to play like a point guard? He wants to play like Steph Curry. Hell, if I could get him to play on the free throw line like Dirk and Joker did and just orchestrate the offense from the elbow, I would be a lot more excited. But I have a 7'5" human being that wants to be on the perimeter and that wants nothing to do with center. So are we even getting the benefits of what he can dominate at, which is his height? If Wemby just goes down to the post 30% of the game, the Spurs are unbeatable, but he wants nothing to do with that. So if I'm not going to be able to take advantage of him being the biggest human ever with actual agility and athleticism at 7'5", if I can't use that, it's like having a convertible and never dropping the top. So that's only, again, I understand everybody calling me dog shit in the chat. I'm not mad at y'all. Talk shit. I get it. I'm not mad at all. Like, most of the time when I have a take and y'all talk shit about me, I get them feelings. I fully understand why y'all call me crazy and stupid. Worst take ever. I'm unsubscribing. I get all of that. But it has nothing to do with Wemby's potential upside. It has to do everything with, is he going to be available, and am I ever going to be able to really take advantage of his height? Larry Brown tapped into this with Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed, I'll let you shoot some threes. All right? But when you have a clear mismatch, you're going into the post, sir. Like, LeBron is able to play power forward essentially now because the NBA, there's no real big men. Joker is thriving in today's NBA because there's no real big men. And I'm not taking anything away from Joker. We have somebody 7'5" that wants to be Steph Curry. Who is anybody putting on? Every night there's a mismatch in the post, and he won't go down there, and they won't make him go because they got to keep him happy. So what do I have him for?
Are you sure that that's all about keeping him happy, though?
It's health reasons also, probably, which is another thing.
The Spurs are one of the examples of today's modern game, though. Chucking up threes all fucking night.
Everybody does it. Everybody does it. You're right on that.
They
I'll give you that.
play a system that lends itself to having a big man. And he's tall, but he's not that big. Like, do you want him banging around every night?
That's fair,
on
Mike.
Offense?
That's fair, Mike. That's a fair, but see, that's my point.
Because if you're going to question his durability in one sentence, how are you going to ask him to be Hakeem Olajuwon in the next sentence? That's the thing.
And that's the point. Like, damn, I can't
even
even put him down there because he might get hurt.
But he's just a kid, so we don't know what he's going to be in 2 or 3 years. At his best, he's top 20 ever. But with Cooper Flagg, I'm not as worried about him not reaching that potential because I think going from now on, especially now with the blood clot, and it's shitty to hold this against him. But I've said it for years.
No, that's
Rudy,
not on him. That's not
his fault. It don't matter why you're out. If you're not ever available, I can't count on you.
You're out. You're out.
And he's been dinged. He was dinged up a lot this season. And then the damn blood clot thing came out of nowhere and it scared the hell out of everybody. And it makes you start wondering about, is this guy capable of giving you 15 all-star level seasons? And the answer is, man, I don't know. I don't know. Cooper's more of a sure thing to me at this point. I still don't do the trade.
Bona fide superstar, and he's going to bring Tucker and Tanner and Tyler back to basketball.
Okay, you keep going to he's the Caitlin Clark of the NBA.
This is big business.
I understand.
And hey, keep in mind, Wemby made us $500 million more money once we got him.
In one day.
In one day.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying Wemby didn't come with a bag, but Cooper comes with a whole different thing, man. It comes with a whole different thing. I would go full Nico Harrison.
Can't wait to see him in person tomorrow night. We'll have a good seat, too. All
Yeah.
right, show presented in part by San Antonio City Soccer. We've got placement events coming up next month.
Yep.
In May. Take a look at San Antonio City Soccer's website. Reach out to me to get a hold of them. They got a girls' placement event coming up in May on the 6th. The boys have their placement event coming up on the 12th. And what I mean by that is that's not a make or break thing. Oh, you got cut, you don't make the team. It's a level evaluation. They see where your kid is level wise, and they put your kid on the appropriate league that fits their league. Like you've got, different levels.
Yeah.
And that's the way to do it. So if you're interested in having your kid go check it out, see where they are, where their skill level, it's next May at San Antonio City Soccer. Also, thumbs up to Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store of our show. I will be out there today.
2 to 3.
Come see me from
Store
2 to
number
3.
8.
Military and 410 is number 8. I'm doing a pop-up today. I'm going to be selling barbecue tickets. I've got VIP barbecue tickets. They're $25 a pop. Okay. Cash, Venmo, Cash App, all the modern day ways to pay. Checks are fine too, I suppose. I'm fine with that. And if you come and buy a ticket today between 2 and 3 at Texas Cheer Liquor on 410 and Military, I'm going to give you a free hoodie, a Shinerbach hunting hoodie. It's got the
fire.
camo. It's really
fire.
badass. Got that for you. So come out today to
Um,
Texas Cheer Liquor between 2 and 3. Yes, sir.
A lot of people in my comments
Yeah, man.
saying that I've already been at Texas Cheer this morning with the Wimby tape. That was funny. So I'm glad y'all working in the sponsor. Keep those Texas Cheer comments coming. I can appreciate that. Yeah. Again, I'm fine with
I'm
y'all.
worried about
I'm
fans.
fine with y'all disagreeing. I get it. Like that's 3 years of tanking. I get it. I'm not mad at y'all at all for disagreeing with me.
Yeah, they tanked 3 years to get him.
Traded Derek White, who's now an NBA champion, DeJounte Murray. You know what I mean? There's a lot of pieces. They got some good draft picks back too. Look, I get it. I'm just telling you, I'd go full Nico. XX Hustler says he's coming to see you about 3:45, but Mike will be gone at 3:45.
XX Hustler, if you guarantee me you're coming, I'll leave. How many tickets do you want, dude? I'll leave it with whoever's working there for him. You know what? I'll do that. I'll leave tickets with the person who's there. And if anybody wants to come buy them, I gotta see if I know the person working today. I don't know everybody who works over there.
I don't know. He has a couple of new people at number 8.
All right. Well, let me I'll call Mr.
Oh, he said at
Steen.
2:45. He mistyped.
Oh, okay,
So you'll
my
still
bad.
be
All right,
there.
yeah, never
Okay.
mind. But I mean that though, because 2 to 3 is hard to do on a
We
Friday.
got to get these tickets sold. We'll figure
That's
it out.
right. I might leave a stack of tickets there, and people can come by and buy them the rest of the day. I think AD'd be
That's
cool.
a good
with
idea.
that.
No.
Mr. Singh would be cool with that. All right, that's it. We're gonna leave y'all on a high. How about that? So tomorrow,
Oh yeah, we got a special show
we've
tomorrow.
got a special show. We're gonna do a roundtable in the morning. Tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 live on our channel here on Love You Heart TV. Me, Rudy, and the Baseline Bums will all be in this room. We're gonna do a
5 of
quick-
us. I don't know how we're gonna do this.
We're
We'll
going to
figure
do
it
a
out.
little round table at 12:30 as we get ready for Final Four day. And then at probably 1 o'clock when that show wraps up, Rudy and I are going to hit the streets. We're going to walk all the way to Hemisphere over here.
We're gonna walk from here.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a good walk?
Oh, it's
I mean,
great.
I'm a walker.
It's half a mile.
It's easy.
Oh,
You
cool.
got it.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm down.
Half a mile that way to Hemisphere Park. Cruise around. We're going to mess with some fans.
Man on the street.
A little man on the street action, a little jaywalking with Taylor and Rudy. Rudy jaywalking is what we'll call it.
Oh,
and
that's
then
a good play.
Then we'll cruise over to the Alamo Dome and watch the 2 games. Can't wait for it. We're excited. Been a great week of broadcasting. Thanks, everybody. Thank you to Jose Bouquet, all of our partners. We'll see y'all tomorrow at 12:30 on Love You Hard TV for our Final Four Hoops Roundtable. Then we'll see y'all on the streets around the city, and then back on our regular 10 o'clock in the building Monday as we overreact to Final Four weekend. Love y'all hard. See you Monday.
Live from the Texas Cheer Liquor Studios, it's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Rudy sent me a photo 15 minutes ago that I thought was great. You got this photo up there, Jose? Put this damn photo up there. Show these people that are kind enough to watch this show. For those that are listening to it, this is a picture of Rudy addressing kids. I think it was Southwest ISD.
Southwest High School.
And I am on the monitor there, joining live from